Glad you're with us on Newsfeed today. The economic freedom fighters have slammed Operation Dudula. They're accusing the group this afternoon of terrorising innocent people. A criminal case has now been opened against Operation Dudula leader Nhlanhla Lux after the home of Victor Ramerafe was invaded by the group's members. They accused him of dealing in drugs. Our reporter Mbali Thethani, she's been following this for us today. She's been there. She joins us now. Mbali, good afternoon to you. We have on the one side members of Operation Dudula. I must say there is no track record of them obeying the law. You don't just go into someone's house if you do obey the law. We have Julius Malema and the EFF very much against their agenda. What happened outside this police station?
Well, certainly, Stephen. Of course, this stems from what happened on Sunday, and we know that Mr. Ramerafe, Victor Ramerafe, says that Operation Dudula and some police officials came and raided his home, and they have accused him of selling drugs in the community of Dobsonville. But of course, they've indeed slammed that and say that, well, there is no basis here where people are claiming that I sell drugs to the community of Dobsonville. But at the same time, we saw the EFF there helping him and escorting him this morning, going to the Dobsonville police station, trying to lay a charge there against their leader, Nhlanhla Lux. And of course, we do know that Nhlanhla Lux did not show up today outside the police station, even though I'd spoken to him earlier on in the day, asking if whether he will be indeed coming to, say his part in this operation, because, I mean, they have now laid a charge against him. But of course, EFF slammed the acts of Operation Dudula, saying that, well, they are targeting easy targets. And of course, if they have issues when it comes to drugs, they should really be targeting the kingpins of these, the drug issues. We do know that we have a very high problem, especially in townships, Stephen, when it comes to problems of drugs. But let's take a listen to what the EFF had to say after opening that court case, or that case at the Dobsonville police station.
You see the people who are standing across us here are not from Dobsonville. It's people from Pinville and surrounding communities. So Nhlanhla Lux has a roving crowd, a mobile renting crowd that pretends to be a community wherever he goes. So we were picking up, we met with Ntate Victor yesterday and today. He engages freely with his neighbors, old women, school children, elderly men, security guards and workers, because they know him and they have no knowledge of him being a drug dealer. But because Nhlanhla Lux has faulty intelligence, but primarily because he wanted to provoke the EFF, he went to his house under the pretense of looking for drugs. It was not the community of Dobsonville that is accusing Dr. Victor of procuring and selling drugs. It is the mobile rented crowd, which is paid for by money from Rob Hessoff, which is paid for by money from Jan Rupert to distract the EFF. So Johannesburg is the center of the economy of South Africa. So if you can disrupt the EFF, which stands for Fighting for the Economy in Johannesburg, you have disrupted them from their fundamental program. And that is what he's trying to do. He's provoking us by attacking our member, thinking we're going to go out and beat up his people. We won't do that, but they must dare come to our households. They'll know us for who we are.
And Mbali, we all know how incendiary, how important, how really difficult the issue of foreign nationals in South Africa is. I'm going to make the point again and trend on Twitter for doing it, but we're a Southern African economy. It's very difficult. You can't stop migration. All the experts, government says that too. You've got the EFF on one side. You've got Nhlanhla Lux and Operation Dudula on the other. This is not the last time we're going to see these groups disagreeing with each other.
Certainly, Stephen, and we even saw this during Human Rights Day when Julius Malema made a speech and made an appeal to his supporters, saying that we do know that we have issues around a high unemployment rate, there is joblessness in South Africa, and it should not be the foreign nationals who should be targeted. Instead, that these problems should be put on the doorstep of the ANC government. But you're certainly right. This man here today, Victor Ramerafe, being accused of running some sort of drug den in his home. But of course, Stephen, we even went as far as going to the home of Mr. Victor Ramerafe. And I must say that it is somebody who's quite poverty-stricken. You could see it right from, from the value of even walking into his home, that it is a home that is really poverty-stricken. And he was saying that, well, if I'm selling drugs, you would really see the kind of lifestyle I would be living. And if you can see it for yourself here, that even though I am a member of the EFF, and he claims that he is being targeted here, saying that he is selling these drugs. But it was quite a sad situation, Stephen, even when, he spoke to the media after trying to speak to him. very teary man, very emotional, and he was saying that, well, I don't understand what is taking place here and why I am being targeted. But you're right, certainly is not the last time we see, these two groups fighting against each other. We've even seen the likes of the EFF, where their spokesperson, Sinao Tambo, says that they've given the police at least 7 days to make an arrest. So we don't know whether indeed that we will indeed see that arrest, but we tried to speak to the general here and the commissioner in Johannesburg, asking if whether we can expect the arrest of Nhlanhla Lux, and they couldn't really give us an answer when it came to that.
Mbali Thethani, thank you very much indeed for that update. An important story, of course, developing there.